Right now, live at 5, Minnesota's governor is in Duluth, and the city's mayor is making a pitch for funding to fix up the aging seawall. Plus, Wisconsin farmers are facing a frustrating fungus that's impacting their crops. And later in the show, we're continuing our Adopt a Dog Month segment with a sweet pup from the Iron Range who is looking for his forever home.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Welcome to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look at Duluth's harbor tonight, where the city saw a high-profile visitor come into town this morning. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke. Minnesota's governor made the trip from the Twin Cities up to Duluth today. Governor Tim Walz stopped by the Zenith City to kick off a statewide tour looking at potential projects in communities that could be included in state funding dollars. Mayor Emily Larson joined Walz and company, stressing the importance of securing money for critical projects around Duluth. CBS3's Quinn Gorham was there and tells us more about the governor's priority projects.
Well, this was the first stop on the governor's statewide tour. The focus of today's visit, this aging portion of Duluth's seawall. Now, the seawall stretches all the way from here over to the aquarium. And in the past, on days a lot windier than this, some of this water can come spilling into the Canal Park area, causing flooding. Some of that flooding in the past has caused issues, and Mayor Larson expressed just how crucial this infrastructure is to the port. The seawall is nearly 100 years old, and according to the mayor, recent storms and flooding in the Canal Park area have drawn attention to the need for a revamp. The wall helps maintain the structure of the shipping ports, and both the governor and the mayor touched on Duluth's importance as the largest port on the Great Lakes.
The thought of not rebuilding this seawall for all of the things that it does, from recreational to the port stability to the economic impact it has on the local businesses, is simply reckless not to do so.
The seawall restoration project was included in the 2020 bonding bill. It's currently undergoing repairs that wouldn't have been possible without those state dollars. Mayor Larson said it's a great example of how that money goes to good use. This visit was just the start of the governor's local jobs and projects tour, which is going to be going all throughout the state. It's intended to help Wallace consider which projects could be considered for next year's bonding bill. In the next year's legislative session, the bonding bill allocates billions of dollars through communities and infrastructure needs statewide.
Thank you, Quinn. We'll hear more about today's press conference and the city's plan for the seawall coming up at 6. An Iron Range native is launching his campaign for a seat in the Minnesota House of Representatives. Matt Norrie is a lifelong resident of Virginia and previous small business owner on the range. He says he's running for a spot in St. Paul to, quote, give the Iron Range its voice back. Norrie is seeking the Republican endorsement in District 6B, which includes cities such as Aurora, Virginia, Mountain Iron, and Hoyt Lakes. That area is currently represented by DFL State Representative Dave Lislegard. No word on if Lislegard plans to run again. Millions of dollars will be heading to several Northland community organizations. It's all thanks to Minnesota's Main Street Economic Revitalization Program. The Virginia Community Foundation will see $1.8 million, and the Duluth Local Community Initiative was awarded about $1.2 million. That money will then be distributed as grants or loans to local businesses. Deed Commissioner Steve Grove says the goal of the program is to revitalize Main Street businesses that have struggled throughout the pandemic.
This next chapter of Minnesota economy is critical. We've got to get it right for those hardest hit by COVID, and most often that is folks in communities that are underrepresented in so many ways.
This was only the first round of awards given from the $80 million program. The next round of $40 million will be awarded in March. Wisconsin farmers are on the lookout for something called tar spot. It's a fungus that's affecting the harvest of feed corn crops, which are used for animal feed, corn oil, and the renewable fuel ethanol. Our sister station, WMTV in Madison, spoke with farmers and agricultural experts about this new plant disease and its impact.
Holy cow, look at this one.
Mitch Breinig owns Mystic Valley Dairy in Sauk City and tends the crops.
Last year, you sort of heard some whispers about it, and it was maybe here and there. It wasn't sort of every field. And this year, it just seemed like, boy, you just heard a lot about it.
In July, he spotted the fungal plant disease tar spot on some of his feed corn crops.
You're driving past the same field, you know, every day all summer long, and all of a sudden one day you drive by and you're like, whoa, that corn is like turning yellow and looks like it's dying, and within a week it's like dead.
Damon Smith, a UW-Madison plant pathologist, has been closely studying the fungus for the last 5 years.
Based on some of our work in 2018, we're anticipating 30, 40, 50 bushel losses in corn this year.
Smith says tar spot is causing more issues, throwing off harvest timing and cost.
So we're all going to be impacted. Obviously, the farmers impacted probably most directly because they're going to have an ongoing and reoccurring challenge here.
You know, I think it's really important because, you know, it's an agriculture community, and we need our farmers to thrive. It helps our ag communities, and if, you know, farmers' crops are failing, it really affects our community economics, and it just really affects kind of our whole state.
Farmers are able to salvage their crops by using a treatment called fungicide. Breinig was able to save much of his 80-acre crop, but at $30 an acre, he says that can add up over time. Well, the weather's looking not so scary for Boo at the Zoo this weekend in Duluth. The Lake Superior Zoo is kicking off the family-friendly event Saturday. There will be trick-or-treating stations, special Halloween-themed animal treats, food trucks, games, and more. Tickets are available online. Boo at the Zoo will also be back October 23rd and the 30th. Well, Dave joins us now for a first look at the weather. Dave, Boo at the Zoo is coming up, Halloween is inching closer, and still some fall colors are sticking around.
Yeah, it's been hit or miss this year. The leaves have fallen off some trees fairly quickly, thanks to higher winds, especially last couple of days. But other places have been turning slowly. Let's get a live look at what's going on around Effie. And it looks like in that stretch of highway, it's finally starting to turn color. Still a lot of green, but now a little bit of yellow peeking through. So again, this time of year, the fall colors are hit or miss, but the weekend weather should be decent to get out and try and hit them and find some pockets of resistance that are still showing some great fall scenery. What's going on tonight? A little bit on the gray side tonight. There's that occluded, slow-moving low that tried to bring rain yesterday. Tonight it's going to keep clouds in much of the area, and tomorrow, you know, border towns there just might be affected by some showers. The rest of us perhaps becoming partly sunny and staying dry. Then, for the weekend, though, higher pressure coming in from the west will make things fairly sunny. So that's why Boo at the Zoo should be pretty nice, and all those other outdoor activities that folks can enjoy for Saturday and Sunday. Thursday night and Friday, mostly cloudy tonight. Low temp near 40 by the lake, cooler inland. 52 for the high on Friday with partial sunshine and a couple of showers up by the Canadian border. We should become straight up sunny for the weekend, and a round of temperatures getting back into the low 60s could be coming down the pike. Will it make it in time for the weekend? I'll show you the 7-day and see which way that's going to go coming up in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, artists from all over the Northland are wishing you a happy fall, y'all. Our producers just love getting me to say y'all. Find out how as we take you around the Northland right after the break.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki. Bad weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, Local, CBS3.
At Super One Foods, we go to great measures to deliver you with top quality meat every day. Try our Smithfield boneless pork shoulder roast for only $2.49 per pound and get Black Angus 80% lean ground chuck for just $2.99 per pound. Plus, we provide the best of the best in fresh produce. Get 3 pounds of Yukon Gold potatoes for just $1 and get 2 pounds of yellow onions for just $1. Through all that we do, we've got you in mind. Super One Foods, serving you lower prices and better choices.
Hi, my name is Dr. Andrew Davis. I'm one of the otolaryngologists and head and neck surgeons here at St. Luke's. Otolaryngology and head and neck surgery encompasses the field of ears, nose, and throat. The head and neck region is responsible for harboring all of our senses, and a lot of the daily functions that we take for granted really makes us kind of who we are and what we are. Having the ability to make such drastic and impactful changes in patients' lives is humbling, but also profound.
Lakota Ojibwe College really supports your education no matter how long it takes you. It's a very good group of people here to help continue your education.
Black Bear Casino Resort is proud to bring you Rick Springfield live in the Otter Creek Event Center Friday night, December 17th. Rick Springfield live at the Bear. Get your tickets available now at the Players Club or online at blackbearcasinoresort.com. Make the Bear your place to see Rick Springfield live at the Otter Creek Event Center Friday, December 17th.
Are you ready to freshen up your fall wardrobe? From cozy sweaters to fashionable accessories, Angie's Closet has it all. We are a consignment boutique that features designer brand women's clothing and accessories, all at an affordable price. Visit Angie's Closet today.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Duluth's shipping canal that will see a busy weekend ahead as the shipping season continues full speed forward. The 70-year-old cargo ship, the John G. Munson, will arrive at the port in just a couple of hours carrying limestone. And Dave will be in with this week's forecast in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region. A spotlight on community health and wellness in Hibbing and an epic farewell to the racing season here in the Twin Ports. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start off tonight in Gunnison Township, where the region will see when it comes to fall festivals, small towns can throw a classic celebration just as good as the rest. 25 artists and crafters will be gathered at the Island Lake Inn right off the Cloquet River for the Happy Fall Y'all Craft Fair. Anyone and everyone can come see some special Northland talent as the event is totally free. However, anyone looking to support local work in the name of fall will have all the opportunities to do so. Next, we head to Hibbing, Minnesota, where the community has decided there's no better time than the fall to educate yourself. Locals are dedicating a day to health and well-being. The Hibbing Area Chamber of Commerce's Fall into Wellness Fair will take place on Saturday from 10 to 3. This family-friendly event will feature services educating attendees about all kinds of wellness, from mental and spiritual to physical and environmental. The Hibbing Fall into Wellness Fair will be held at the Mesabi Mall. And we wrap up tonight in Superior for an inaugural event that's sure to shake up the Twin Ports. The first Can-Am Clash kicks off tomorrow at Gondik Law Speedway and will run through Saturday evening. The track has already begun roaring tonight as racers practice for the big showdown. This race will be the final event of the year at the Speedway, so if you'd like to end the 2021 racing season in speedy style, head to the link on our website to purchase your ticket. And if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city. Still to come on Live at 5 as National Adopt a Dog Month continues. We've got another furry friend joining us in the studio tonight. Stay with us to meet our new pal, Mulligan.
Well, yesterday's rain chance didn't pay off as big as expected, and now today we're running a rain deficit again for the month of October. We're 1/100th under. Yesterday we were 1/100th over. Well, when's our next rain chance? It's a little bit down the road. It could dry up for the weekend. We'll talk about what's going to be happening for our weekend coming up after our break.
The Icebreaker Tournament, October 15th and 16th, only on My 9 Sports. Presented by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac.
Governor Walz visits Duluth to talk about one of the port's most important aspects.
Temperatures have come down just a little bit, but still not bitterly cold. Will that change for the weekend?
Tonight at 6 on CBS3.
Calling all Bulldogs. Do you consider yourself a diehard UMD Bulldog fan? Send a picture of you or you and your crew all decked out in your Bulldog attire for a chance to be the My 9 Sports Bulldog Fan of the Week. Follow the My 9 Sports Facebook page and post your pictures there to be entered into our weekly random drawings. Each Fan of the Week will be showcased in our My 9 Sports UMD Athletics Broadcast of the Week. The My 9 Sports Bulldog Fan of the Week is brought to you by the Duluth Tap Exchange.
Hi, Gail King here, inviting you to join us every morning right here on CBS. We'll have the important stories and the interviews, all the news that matters really, and best of all, we'll have a good time together. We like to do that. And now you can find us anytime you want on the new Paramount Plus app. So we'll see you every morning right here on CBS. I thought that one was pretty good.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day. Join me, Kristen Baki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining.
Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Baki every Tuesday at 10. Only on live, local CBS3.
I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital. We're here at the White House with the President of the United States.
Thanks for having me.
Our exclusive access to the presidential platform. We will witness yet another moment in history.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell from Washington, D.C.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app. Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Boy, killing frost this year is late, and some folks would say better late than never. Others would say better not at all. My garden's still producing. We've had a couple of frost advisories in the past month or so, but no huge frost warnings. So I think a lot of gardens around the region are still producing. That may come to an end this weekend. Temperatures are starting to slip just a little bit. Temperatures this morning, though, not too bad, proving my point that it's been a pretty good growing season. Morning lows have run from about 45 to even 52 degrees around the area. Tomorrow morning, there is a chance for some 30s away from the lake. And by the weekend, even 30s will be here in the Twin Ports, and that may spell the end for the gardening season. Time to get out and harvest. But of course, the best laid plans of mice and meteorologists often go awry when nature decides to make us look like a bunch of fools, which isn't so hard to do, really. Anyway, let's take a look at what's going on up over the hill at the airport in Duluth. The current conditions, it is 48 degrees at the moment, 77% for the relative humidity. Still windy, southwest wind 17 miles per hour, doing its best to take the color off the trees there, and it's been successful in some zones, but there are still a few pockets worth investigating this weekend. Air pressure for the time being, 29.78 inches of mercury, 1,008 millibars, still on the low side. And that's because yesterday's low is still centered and lurking just north of the Canadian border. I'll show it to you here in just a bit. First, we show the current temps. 52 to 56 in the Upper Peninsula. Normal's around 53, 54. So not bad there. Wisconsin numbers are running 48, cool spot in Solon Springs, to 52 for Ashland. And getting into Minnesota, we're seeing some mid-40s up north in places like Orr, and some low 50s for places like Moose Lake. Temperature trend for the weekend, we may be in the 50s for a couple of days coming up, Friday, Saturday, but maybe by Sunday, and perhaps by Monday, if not then, 60s are coming back for a couple of days. So we're not going to be that chilly. But tonight we will be fairly cloudy. The low pressure system still to our north. I think for the most part we'll be dry here tonight, dry but cloudy. Tomorrow, well, the clouds will try to break up as the low keeps working to the north and to the east. But this low may reach on Friday to towns along the Canadian border and kick up a 40% chance of showers, while the rest of us remain on the dry side. And the clouds will be breaking up by Saturday as higher pressure from the west comes in to make the rain go away and the clouds dissipate as well. So it should be a very nice weekend. So now let's talk about those temperatures. Tonight, Minnesota, look for lows to run as cool as the upper 30s on the Mesabi range to about 44 right by the lake. Mostly cloudy into Wisconsin and Michigan. Low temps there could dip down into the 30s for the UP, even down towards Hayward, 40 by the lake. Tomorrow, partial sunshine for Wisconsin, Michigan, highs 52 to 55, pretty close to normal. Minnesota numbers, 47 to 52, so a little cooler than normal for a few communities. Partly sunny for most of Minnesota, but showers are possible from the Iron Ranges up towards border country, 40% chance. Extended forecast, what do we have going on here? Here comes the sun. Thank you, George Harrison. Mid-50s on Saturday to about 60 on Sunday, staying in the 60s through Tuesday. And then our next rain chance, not until Wednesday.
All right. right, thanks, Dave. Well, it's that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets. And in honor of Adopt a Dog Month, we've got a furry friend joining us live here today. Well, Jared Peterson brought along his buddy Mulligan from Range Regional Animal Rescue in Hibbing. Thank you so much for making the drive here.
Of course, thank you for having us.
Yeah, so Mulligan, I mean, I've had a little bit of time to spend with him. Very sweet boy. What can you tell us about him?
Well, he is an American Pit Bull Terrier. He originally came from South Carolina. He was a transfer up there. That was back in January originally. And he's had, I mean, we've got a few dogs right now that are kind of like problem dogs, or they have some issues, but that's why a lot of dogs end up in shelters, unfortunately. But he hasn't been the greatest with other dogs. Good boy. But I've been training him myself, actually, for about a month now. I've been taking him home. I walk him around town and get him just socialized. But it helps with, obviously, he's very distracted right now. But I mean,
we tend to have dogs on air that are very camera shy, so it's okay, buddy. You're not alone.
Yeah, but it's just good to get him socialized, get him out and do stuff like this, just meet new people, and he's a lot better than he used to be. He's come a long way.
Well, we appreciate everything that you do. It is Adopt a Dog Month. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of adoption?
So adopting is definitely important. I would say more so than adopting itself is knowing the dog, knowing the breed that you want to get is the most important thing, I say. So a lot of people say adopt, don't shop. I always go with the slogan more of adopt or shop responsibly, because I've always seen that like dogs that end up in shelters are usually dogs that were like accidental litters kind of a thing.
Sure.
There's people that like, oh, my husky and my pit bull accidentally had a litter and I gave them one on Facebook kind of thing. That's a lot of the dogs that end up. Dogs that come from like responsible breeders and they do all their testing, they do all that kind of stuff on their dogs. Those are dogs you really don't see in shelters. And it's good to, I mean, adopting it helps with, like, we get the pets spayed and neutered and everything already, so that helps. And that's a big thing, is spaying and neutering, like Bob Barker would always say. But just, and it helps with not only medically, they have that can prevent like testicular cancer in males and things like that, but it just helps with overpopulation too, because there's so many. I mean, especially cats. Cats are crazy, but dogs definitely. I mean, up here we're luckier. Down south is a lot. They get very overrun for sure. Shelters. But spaying and neutering for sure is a big thing. But adopting in general, I always say, just research the breed that you're going to get and know if it's the right breed for you, because that's the biggest thing we see of dogs coming in or being returned is they didn't really research the breed they're going to get. Like a cattle dog, they are very high energy dogs that are made to work, and some people don't always realize that. And it's just a matter of research the breed you're going to get before getting it, and you'll be much happier, and your dog will be much happier.
Definitely some good advice there, Jared. Well, Mulligan, you are a very good boy. And if you are interested in adopting Mulligan, you can call Range Regional Animal Rescue at the number on your screen, and Jared can answer all the questions that you might have. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mulligan. Good boy. Well, coming up, the Wisconsin DNR has issued a warning to all drivers stating deer-related crashes are becoming a big problem. We'll hear from a state trooper after the break.
In life, every success starts with a dream. Some dream of moving up from the pond to the arena, making their neighbors proud. Many dream of providing comfort, satisfying appetites, and feeding the souls of those around them. Whatever your dream may be, Superior Choice Credit Union stands behind you to make those dreams reality. With financial resources and guidance, because we believe the currency of life is enriched together.
Get ready for bed. Church in the morning.
I'm not going.
What did you do to her?
She came to me. I mean, I took the ball and ran with it. Look at you with a sports analogy. We're both evolving.
Time we hire a youth pastor. I am ready, willing, and nope.
Well, hey, y'all. I'm Pastor Rob. Missy Cooper. Sheldon's your brother.
How'd you know?
Do my homework, y'all.
Homework. I like him.
A new Young Sheldon, tonight at 8/7 Central on CBS.
The Duluth Area Chamber of Commerce is excited to announce the 151st Annual Meeting and Dinner Celebration, Thursday, October 28th at the Deck. This hybrid event will offer 2 viewing options for your choosing, in person with proof of vaccination or negative test, or live streamed with a curbside dinner pickup. Featuring Dr. David Herman, CEO of Essentia Health, as the keynote, we trust this will be a celebration of resilience and momentum. Register at DuluthChamber.com. Brought to you by these premier sponsors.
Hurricane Ida hit Louisiana hard. The people there, their families, and businesses have a long road to recovery. And now it's time for each of us to help lift up Louisiana. Text IDA to 51555 and donate to the Salvation Army relief efforts as they provide relief to those impacted by Hurricane Ida. Learn more at CBS3Duluth.com or the CBS3 News app. Live, local, CBS3, helping lift up Louisiana.
I remember my son was going to grow up without a father.
I didn't think someone at 23 could be diagnosed with breast cancer.
I was probably the healthiest I had been in my life.
Early detection of a melanoma saved my life.
I survived testicular cancer because of early detection.
I survived cancer not once but twice because of early detection.
During the pandemic, you may have delayed or canceled routine cancer screenings. It's time to get those appointments back on the books. Early detection saves lives.
This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Baki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Baki. Tuesdays at 10 only on Live Local CBS 3. Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. It's always a good day for a car wash at Miller Mall Car Wash. But just to be safe, watch Caitlin's Car Wash Forecast. Weekday mornings on CBS 3 This Morning with meteorologist Caitlin Moffett. Sponsored by Miller Mall Car Wash. Only on Live Local CBS 3. Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app.
The Wisconsin State Patrol is warning drivers to watch out for deer. According to the DOT, as of last week, 7 people have died and more than 300 were hurt in deer-related car crashes so far this year. A state trooper says it's important to slow down and stay alert for deer. If you see one, try to stop, but if you can't, don't swerve. He says swerving can cause a much larger crash.
Car deer crashes are very serious. They can result in obviously injury or death to motorists, and it's not a situation to be taken lightly.
Schumer says call 911 if someone is hurt in the crash. If not, alert the local sheriff's office. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources says deer are more common this time of year as mating season is around the corner. In Duluth, the Parks and Rec Department launched its Essential Spaces Community Survey. The goal is to create a long-range master plan to help guide decision-making for the city's parks over the next 10 years. The online survey will be open through November 9th, and we'll have a link to fill it out on our website.
Here's what we're working on tonight. If you're one of the nearly 70 million Americans who got the Moderna vaccine, the breaking news tonight about booster shots. We've got that and more news as the CBS Evening News is just minutes away.
CBS 3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. Regular mammograms can help find it early. Schedule yours today.
Hey ladies, are you tired of being cooped up? How about a girls' getaway? Get outside and play. Come to Ashland, Wisconsin and enjoy our beautiful scenery, yummy food, and our quaint little town. Be a kid again. Grab the girlfriends and spend a few days in Ashland. There's all sorts of things to do for big ones and little ones. Have some fun in Ashland, where you'll find yourself next to the water. Visit ashland.com.
Truck toppers, lids, liners, and accessories. Northwest Outlet is your truck topper headquarters of the Northland. Northwest Outlet has a large variety of ARE toppers for all makes and models of trucks, foreign or domestic, in all kinds of custom colors and styles and free installation. ARE's smooth, sculptured profiles and tight fit make it hard to see where the cab ends and the topper begins. Beautiful and rugged ARE has the highest quality construction for strength and durability. Northwest Outlet, 1814 Belknap Superior, the store that saves you more.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Join Black Bear Casino Resort Saturdays in October for cash, thrills, and chills. From 6 to 9 p.m., 3 players will be selected each hour for your chance to pick a cash envelope plus a multiplier envelope for your shot at up to $4,500 in cash. That's 12 winners each Saturday in October. Earn entries starting Sunday, September 26th. And for more information, visit blackbearcasinoresort.com. Make the Bear your place for cash, thrills, and chills.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Thursday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Tonight at 5, we learned about Governor Tim Walz joining Mayor Larson at the Duluth seawall to talk about the importance of securing money for a number of priority projects in the Twin Ports. Duluth was Walz's first stop on a statewide tour the governor is taking around Minnesota. Mayor Larson expressed to the governor the importance of Duluth's aging seawall. And tonight at 6, find out about a small town in Wisconsin raising money to make the community a safer place. The city of Draper, a popular ATV and snowmobile destination, is raising money to put a year-round helipad in the area. We'll bring you all those details at 6. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We hope to see you back here at 6 o'clock.